So, welcome to day 4. Today, I wanted to share a very powerful piece that can deepen not only your meditation practice, but your life in general, and especially if you are working in expanded states of consciousness. And that is the power of adding intention to your practice. Intention to me is one of the things that as a Buddhist makes something Buddhist. For instance, there's tons of different types of meditation. Lots of them are similar. In fact, you could do mindfulness-based stress reduction, um, or you know things like that, where they're more secular, or the meditation might be coming from a different tradition. So I've been asked the question before, well, what makes this Buddhist? And Buddhism is less of a religion and more of a system. So to me, one of the things that makes it Buddhist, in air quotes, is this addition of intention to what we're doing. And certainly, if you are working with plant medicines or psychedelics, you know how powerful it is to include intention in that work as well. I think intention for me is such a powerful part of the meditation practice, especially when we really resign ourselves to the fact that this is a daily practice. Instead of relying on, well, I really need this to happen today. Otherwise, why continue to show up? Intention really helps me get through those times where I might not want to get up and meditate, or I might be feeling like, sitting on my phone and scrolling might be a better idea, or I just feel too busy to uh, to do something that I know is really good for me. It's kind of like going to the gym in the same way, right? Like so many of us struggle with just getting up and getting in that habit of just going. There's a million excuses that might be in our mind. And I find that setting an intention is a very powerful way to strengthen that and to remind me of why I'm showing up for myself, even in those moments where I might not want to. Just like the gym, I usually feel better after I've meditated, but the intention helps me really get there. And so as we are developing this habit for ourselves, it can be a really powerful thing to bring intention in. Now, for me, my intention, I've done a lot of work in what would be called the Mahayana path of Buddhism, or the Bodhisattva path. And in the Bodhisattva path, the intention is not just enlightenment for oneself, but helping others. In fact, the Bodhisattva makes a vow that they will forsake their own enlightenment until every other being has been freed as well. And they'll keep coming back, repeating this sort of cyclical experience so that they can help other people. I'm not suggesting that you have to have that motivation. In fact, one of my teachers has made a joke to me about, like, well, we really got suckered into taking that one, didn't we? And in a way, it's kind of an impossible task, thinking about freeing everyone when we ourselves are, can have so much trouble even dealing with our own problems. But I also think that it's a great ideal to set for oneself. And even if you're not, subscribing to that particular philosophy, just taking a moment to think about what it is that you want to get out of this practice, and what is the reason to continue to show up for yourself, whether that's, you know, um, being able to get more satisfaction out of your day, or being able to be in a flow state, or just feeling relaxed and less reactive. These are all really good intentions. Maybe it's that you want to interact with the people in your family, or your, work environment easier. Perhaps you're an athlete and you'd like to have more, better performance. There's lots of different intentions that we can set. And certainly we might couple our intention for our meditation practice with some other intention that we've been exploring and integrating as far as medicine work. The book that I have on the shelf today is there's lots of different names for it. I think the title of this one is A Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life by Shantideva. And there's so many amazing poetic messages in it. I'll probably have this book up on the shelf more than once in the next 30 days, but it is the quintessential text for that Bodhisattva work. And it goes into the virtues of developing patience and compassion and so many other things that are applicable and helpful when we are doing inner work on ourselves. But since I wanted to talk about intention, and since many of the teachings that I've gone to that go into Bodhisattva work really speak to an intention from this text, I figured it was a nice way to introduce that. So all that said, let's jump into our practice. So if you want to take your posture, taking your seat, as one of my teachers likes to say, and that might be on a couch or a chair or on a meditation cushion or even on your bed, and straightening the spine, closing the eyes if that feels right, letting the hands relax on the knees or in the lap. And by now you are getting used to what it feels like to drop into this meditation posture. And notice how when we begin, you might even just notice a shift in your experience just from taking your seat, straightening the spine, thinking about practicing. Starting to turn the attention to the breath. So noticing that this intention is already working before even naming it, just by sitting down, committing to the practice. And I invite you to really bring your intention to mind. You might even place your hands over your heart and imagine that this intention is sitting in that heart space. Allow your breath to support it. And if you're practicing today or watching this video and have no idea about what your intention might be, I invite you just to open the mind and the heart and just ask yourself, why am I here? Let your breath strengthen this intention. continuing to come back to it if your mind starts to wander. You might even allow yourself to just experience the feeling of your intention manifesting for you. And the work that we do for ourselves connects and affects others around us. As I do my own work, that ripples out into my family, my neighbors, my community, my coworkers, my world. And a simple intention that you might use is may all beings be happy. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings experience equanimity. And if that feels overwhelming, may I experience happiness. May I be free from suffering. May I experience equanimity. May I be happy. May I be free from suffering. May I be healthy. May I experience equanimity. And then as the practice concludes, you can just bring your intention back to your mind. You don't have to focus on it during the whole practice, but it's just a nice way to begin your meditation every day. So when I sit down and meditate, I'll say a few prayers and some intention setting. And then at the end of my practice, I will recall that intention again and even dedicate any good merit or karma or just energy that I've accumulated through my practice to whatever that intention is. So this is similar to opening and closing a ceremony. We open a ceremony with prayers and intentions for what we're doing during that ceremony. And then at the end, we can close that ceremony with a dedication. And in this way, our practice is bringing that sacredness of ceremony into our lives in a very fresh and vibrant way. And perhaps your intention will change over time. That's okay. So, as we bring today's practice to a close, just take a moment, bring your intention back to mind, and I invite you just to dedicate any energy, any good karma, what the Buddhists would call merit, to whatever that intention is. A good way to continue to bring mindfulness into the rest of your life as well. Those moments where I might want to default to an old habit or an old pattern, I can remember my intention, I can remember why I'm showing up in the way that I am. So thank you for joining today. I'm excited to be back again tomorrow.